What's up, everybody? In this video, I'll be talking about why stupid people are probably making more money than you at SMA. And if you don't trust me, don't know who I am, you want credibility, my name is Joe, and I built my SMA to 40 grand a month, and I'm still actively working with 10 plus clients, and also with working 5 other guys with their agencies. So I know what I'm talking about. I've been in the game for a while. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about why these people are going to make more money than you. And mainly the people that are more stupid than you. You can call them stupid all you want. They're not afraid to fail. So this video, you probably click on it because like, why stupid people are making more money than me. I can talk about failure. Before you click off, give me 1 minute, right? Failure is necessary in business. It's a service business. You're providing a service, right? So you need to get people in the door with outreach, get them on sales call, work on conversions, and work on delivery. And through that whole process of learning SMA, learning Facebook ads, learning the front end, learning how to convert people on sales calls, you will fail. And the thing that I find a lot of smart people in SMA struggle with is because they want to be perfect. So, as an example, I have a very, very nice mentee that I'm working with. He's great. And he signed a few clients. I'm very happy for him. So, what he did is he gets 2 people in the door, and we realized the ads weren't delivering as we want the first week. So, what he did is let's shut them all off. Oh my God, everything's failing. And I'm not critiquing this guy. We're working together on it right now. But just for the video purposes, I want to give this example. So he's so afraid of failing and not delivering on the promises and all of these things. So he has them on a performance offer. What you need to take away from this is that you will fail. And stupid people are not afraid of failing. So the point here is you can take failure in 2 ways. The smart person might go, I'm so afraid I'm not delivering. I don't even want to touch it. I'm so afraid. I just want to quit this thing, right? I can go to another opportunity where it's safer and I won't make these failures. The person who might be a bit more dumb is to go, let's just figure it out. I'm not stressing about it. Let's just figure it out, right? And honestly, the second person's opinion there is probably more valid, surprisingly. Because there's this fallacy when people go into business that everything's going to be perfect, right? And that's what we're aiming for, obviously. We want to do the things the best way possible. We want to do the outreach messages, book 10 sales calls off the bat. We want to get people on a sales call, close right away our first sales call. This is flawed expectations, if I'm going to be completely transparent. In business, you cannot expect to be amazing right away. You genuinely cannot. I have no idea how to play piano. I like this example. I play guitar back there, right? Over here. I play guitar a lot of the time. If I were to pick up a piano right now, are you going to expect me to be good at it? I've never touched one. I have no idea. I've been playing guitar for multiple years. I'm good at guitar because I've had the reps in. I've done the things that you need to get good at guitar for. If you're entering business, there's this complete fallacy where it's like, I'm going to do everything perfect the first time around. This is a flawed opinion because you need to learn from your mistakes. The best business people do not create a successful business for like 6 times in. They do not right away make the perfect outreach system, the perfect sales system, the perfect delivery system. I want to actually set the expectation for you that you're going to fail. Because once you have a failure, you're like, let's just learn from it. Because the problem is when you set the expectation for yourself you're not going to and you encounter, you think everything's actually going to just crash and burn. So I'm going to give an example of 2 failures right here. So I'm going to call one a micro failure, and I'm going to call one a macro failure. So what we don't want happening is getting a micro failure that turns into a macro failure. Let me explain real quick. So as an example, I just mentioned my mentee that had some issues with setting up some advertising. So that's a micro failure. Just 1 week where we just couldn't set up the advertising correct. He has a Facebook account, having some issues, etc. So you can either go one option. You go, everything's crashing and burning. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm ignorant. I shouldn't be in this business model. Then the micro failure then turns into a macro failure and you crash and burn the whole business. That's obviously not the way to go about it. The ideal scenario is that with these mini micro failures, I'm just using a delivery as example because I already mentioned it. Let's give a quick outreach example. You get someone on the sales call that your 3rd sales call in, you haven't closed, right? So just a few micro failures. You get 3rd person that's calling you a scammer. So you have a small online presence, you're a small business, You're beginning to learn social media marketing. You're just trying to get some clients in the door, and you've got complete scammer, right? He calls you a scammer. You crash and burn the whole business. You think you're scamming people, or you go, my business doesn't have enough trust, right? People don't trust me. Let's do some news publications. Let's create a video that they watch before they get on the sales call so they can trust me more. Let's show that I know how to run Google ads or Facebook ads and actually show you the metrics, right? This is what we're expecting. This is our whole system outlined, right? So client, hey prospect, look, we're going to get you on the day one onboarding call. The first week, we're going to set up your ads. This is exactly what we're going to do. And you take them through what's going to happen. The person learned. So you need to learn from these micro failures and not take it out of context and make it a macro failure. So you're going to fail, really. So let's give a smart perspective real quick. Something that I'd recommend everybody doing when they're starting off in SMA or just a general business is you need someone above you. I talked this through a few videos ago where I was talking about you need someone above you, you need someone at your level, and you need someone below you. That's usually what I recommend people doing. And the main reason we want someone above you is to learn from. Because they failed so many times, right? And the best thing we can do is learn from other people's failures. So it's kind of a hierarchy of failures here, right? You can learn from other people's failures and not do it yourself. Or you can fail a hell of a lot of times until you eventually figure it out. And I'm going to be taking the first example. We want to learn from failure from as many people as possible when we're starting a new business. So look at people online, see what issues they had, see how they learned. And most of the time, this is a great era of the internet because you have people uploading videos where you can just see what they did wrong, right? You have direct access to $100 million brains. So my example here, though, is with those actual failures that they've encountered, they've taught you, there's still going to be ones that you have to learn yourself. And if you're going to ask me a number one hack in scaling a business, 40 grand a month, it's don't quit. And it might seem quite trivial, me telling you not to quit. But I just cannot believe the amount of people that start a business and are like, we're going to make this work and it's going to be a soft ride. It's going to be perfect, right? 1 month in, I'm going to get my first client. I didn't get a client until 4 or 5 months into this business. I didn't. And I'm not incredibly talented. I'm not probably talented at all in business. I don't think I'm an extremely smart person. I just failed a bunch of times until eventually it worked. So I had someone who attempted to work with me, and I was like getting him set up. We're gonna work together on this business. And 1 week in, he texted me like, "Hey man, I'm just really watching you and some other people on the internet, and I'm just really seeing what's look. And I don't think I have the mental fortitude to follow through with the business. Like, I just really don't think I'm fit mentally." So it's a complete fallacy that when you enter a business, that you're going to be perfect. You're going to be mentally strong when you start your first business. Business is a completely different game than anything else in your life, man. Genuinely. It is something that cannot be competed with in terms of mental difficulty, unless you're running a marathon or you're training something amazing. Okay, that's just exceptions. In terms of mental difficulty, it's one of the most hard, difficult things you'll ever encounter, and that's just an expectation I'll set for you because it is. And you might be a 1% person that actually goes into a business and then has no issues with it, but that's 99% of the time not going to happen. So you have to realize that these things are learned. Mental fortitude is learned. A year ago, as an example, I did not have the mental fortitude to scale a business. Genuinely didn't. I had nearly zero. A year and a half ago, I actually posted a YouTube video saying that I'm going to build a YouTube channel, 2,000 subscribers. I'll actually put a clip of it right here. And what you'll see in that video is that I couldn't even get myself to literally sit down at this computer, like I'm right now, and recording a video. Because I could not get myself off that couch and walk to this computer and sit down and record something. I've never made a YouTube video in my life. I have goals set out to make YouTube videos and make a channel. But I just had not had the mindset, and I have not been big enough to sit down and actually record. I've been thinking this for 2 weeks. So what I'm doing right now is creating unlisted YouTube video, just so I can upload a video on YouTube. That was my mental fortitude. If you think that guy is going to build a 40K a month business, a social media marketing, it requires 8 to 10 people to run it, learning from people above you, failing and not taking it negatively, learning from it. It's not going to happen. It's genuinely not going to happen. And if you're a smart person, you're probably worried about these little small micro things that are going to go wrong. And you're probably worried about being like a bit perfect when you're running the business. You want to deliver the best service possible. You want to get everything perfect. But again, first few clients, you're not going to be good. I'm just setting that expectation. You're not going to be good. Any skill that you start at the beginning, you're not going to be good. Going back to the mental fortitude example, I don't have the mental fortitude to start a business. Joe, I just don't think it's going to work for me. It made me really mad, really, because you cannot go into business and thinking that you are going to be literally perfect. It's not an option, really. And the best people that start a business already have previous business experience because it's trained. If you think Elon Musk, do you think he's going to be a millionaire if he loses all his money next year, like in a year? Do you think he's going to be a millionaire? I would bet yes, because he has the skills. He has the skills, right? Jeff Bezos started from zero. He had no reputation, no money. You think he can get someone to work? I think he could. If you took Jeff Bezos day one not starting a business, do you think Amazon would like just scale itself? It would have built that big? He had to build the skills to actually develop Amazon. And this is the fallacy I see being passed around. You need to be perfect. This is the whole point of the whole video. And I'm repeating myself, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I want to drill it in your head that this is all trained. You need to learn from people above you, people that already have made mistakes. At the same time, you need to be failing yourself and getting those failures out of the way as quick as possible. I'll add another point here. The best business people I know are speedy. Are so speedy. I bet the way me and my business partners are moving right now in this new thing we're building are moving 10 times as fast as normal business owners. It's because we've been in this game for a year and a half. And we know we need to fail very, very quickly, move as fast as we can, and fail as much as we can to pay down that ignorance debt. If you don't know what ignorance debt is, you're paying, if you're at 10 grand a month right now, you're paying $990,000 a year in ignorance debt every single year that you don't make $1 million. That's how much you're losing. The difference between you at 10 grand a month and $1 million a month is pure ignorance. It's education and character traits. Really. You want to move as fast as possible to get those mistakes out of the way, because you will make mistakes. It's a matter of making literally as many as you can that need to be made. If you can avoid it and learn from someone else and actually learn and pay someone that they can teach you, that's ideal, right? I'm just saying, if you're going to be making mistakes, you need to be getting them out of the way quick. Very quick. As an example, last week we were running this advertising for this company I'm running. And we just don't think the conversions were going as well as we should. I actually asked Alistair Millsy a question the other day, which is a privilege. I got his feedback on something. And he told me this way to go about it. Like, it's a different way, a different pricing model than what we're doing. When did I act on that pricing model? When did I get a new system set up? When did I record all the new ads? When did I regroup my team? When did we change everything in our messaging with that company? The next day. And I wasn't one of those people that I was like I have a lot on my plate this week. Like, I have a lot of obligations. Like, I just have to do this thing, and once I'm done this thing, I'll get to it. No. Just no. If you want to fail in business, be that person. Really. If you want to actually guarantee your failure, be that person who takes action next week instead of tomorrow. Because we want to try these things as fast as we can so we can fail as fast as possible. And we want to pay down that ignorance debt every day if we're building this business. So if you're building a social media marketing agency and you actually think you're going to hit it off like immediately, probably not the case. So I hope you enjoyed this rant of the video. I hope this was valuable to you in a way. I just want to help as many of you as I possibly can scale your businesses. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I have a free SMA group in the description that you can just literally network with other agency owners. And also now you get access to a free weekly coaching call with me every week to ask me questions if you need help. And I'd love to see you in there. If not, no problem. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.